My name's gregWhitby. I'm the Executive Director of Catholic Education in Parramatta. We're involved in an exciting new project of building a school that's aim is to enable learning in today's world. I use the word today's world rather than the digital world, but we're trying to recognise that we have kids in our schools who have grown up in such a different environment, therefore they learn exceedingly different. So we're designing the school from that point of view, not from a control and organisation or a mass production model that's the predominant one that's been in place before. That presents a whole range of challenges. The first thing though, and the critical thing, is that we start from the single premise of how to improve learning outcomes for every child in that school and how to use appropriate tools for that purpose. That then guides our thinking in terms of the building design, the built environment, the industrial model, the curriculum construct, and how we're going to engage staff in a journey of ongoing professional learning as they come to reshape their approach to this learning agenda in today's world.
So, then what sort of techniques are you using? I mean, you've already told me about the approach you've made in building the centre. I mean, that's an awesome example in itself.
A simple example in the built environment is that we've opened up all the spaces. The school actually doesn't look like a school. It looks like a place where you go for excitement, passion, interest, where you can share, publish work. There are no rooms or classrooms in the school. They're open spaces, but it has very sophisticated acoustics. It has a meshed wireless network, so wherever you are on the campus, your access to learning. The learning is 24/7 because we have technology infrastructure to allow you access anywhere, anytime, any place. The industrial models, we don't have teachers in the school per se. We call them learning advisors. They work in teams. They don't work in subject areas. So if you come to work in the school, you're signing on to work as a team member, a collaborative approach. The kids are not cohort-based. They work in learning circles and they help negotiate the learning program over a period of time. So a traditional timetable is not there. You can't see what's happening Monday after Monday, except that there will be negotiations around what is taking place during that time.
I mean, how did you, the interesting way you've got the staff involved in this, in that they can set their own, you explain that one too, that's really quite unique about it too.
The core of the issue of how you deal with staff, and a lot of people are critical, say you can't get staff in this area. What we're actually on about is freeing up the working life of staff. The current models of schooling actually enslave teachers, I believe. We tell them what time to start, when to finish. We actually ring a bell and tell them when to eat. What I'm saying is forget all that. You negotiate all that. I want you to be able to show to me that you've improved the learning outcomes for these kids through the interaction. How you do it, in what time, and in what space, I don't care. And then if you can have 2 or 3 days off during the week, that's fine by me. If you can do that in a more relaxed environment, that's fine by me. You don't have to go to the staff room, you don't have to go to the canteen. So what we're doing is actually providing them and recognise them as professionals in their own right, allowing them to make intelligent decisions. And that's been missing for so long. We've actually, through the schooling process, de-skilled our teachers for far too long.
I mean, one of the things that, I obviously raised the obvious question of discipline and behavioural problems and stuff, and your response to that was...
What we're finding through this process, and this comes back to the learning agenda, that in the prevailing model, what happens is kids disconnect from learning. When they disconnect, they start to act out. And then, of course, what we do as professionals say, there must be a reason, it's the kid's fault. We don't challenge the learning framework. So they become disconnected, they either become a behaviour problem or we give them a label and they're ADHD or whatever. Now, when you take it from their point of view, and the kids are in charge of learning, they actually value their learning, they too will then remain engaged. When they're engaged, they don't become learning problems. Now, the statistics in this school tell us there are no, and I'm not saying some, there are no discipline problems in the schools. And the second part of it is, because it comes back to the staff involvement, why we work them in teams, is that you get to know the kids. In current schooling, the way we mass produce it, you can become anonymous or you can slip through the cracks. Here you can't slip through the crack. You are a person engaged, taking responsibility for your own learning with the support of very well-resourced and professional learners themselves.
Is there a website we can go to get some more information?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay,
not yet.
No worries. But the school is Corpus Christi in
Corpus
Wollongong.
Christi in Shell Harbour and
right.
Shell Harbour City,
Yep.
and the one we're working on in Parramatta in my new area is Corpus Christi, and it will be a K-12 school,
Okay.
or actually from birth to Year 12. Because
Are you
we're
aware of any of the
looking
teachers blogging their experiences or anything like that?
No, we're working on all that
Yeah,
at the moment. We're up and running, but that will come.
What I might do is I'll send you the link to this video, and whenever something updates, either email
Good.
me and I'll update the video comments below. And
That'd
things
be
like
great,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks very much, Greg Whitby.
Thanks.